Steven. Oh, are you here?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Welcome to the
perfect.
Super Show.
Thank you very much. I just lost some internet here, so I'm probably gonna reconnect in like 1 minute or so.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Yep. If you disappear, we'll just drag you back in.
That's perfect, yeah. Um,
All right. So, do you want to say a little bit about kind of what we're supposed to expect from this new nifty game that you're making?
for sure, yeah. So this is the second game that we're making. Our studio is Bitter Dwarf, and we've been. Yeah, we made the first game 2.5 years ago called Forced, and this is kind of like a continuation, but it's not a sequel at all. It's it takes some of the lore and story and so on and continues with that and some of the like control mechanisms and so on, but other than that it's very very different. It's way more single player roguelike focus and like focused on longevity, whereas the other one was more on co-op. If you're familiar with other roguelikes like Binding of Isaac or Nuclear Throne or stuff like that, then this is kind of a bit the same, but like the new thing is the deck mechanic. So you build decks that you utilize and bring into like these runs that you typically do in roguelikes.
Mm-hmm. Well, it just happened to work. Oh.
No, come again.
I was just going to say, it just happened to work out that I'm actually a big fan of roguelikes, Binding of Isaac, Rogue Legacy, all of those, and deck builders as well, like something like Hands of Fate was a game I was a big fan of, Guild of Dungeoneering. So yeah, it just happened to work out that I got the game that is actually in a genre I really like.
Okay, that's pretty lucky, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that sense, it's probably good to sort of relate to, for instance, Hand of Faith. It's kind of a little bit the same. I would say there's slightly more exploration in Hand of Faith, and then there's this exploration where you build the challenge that you're going for, and we wanted to focus more on that you kind of build like the challenge is there for you, and you have to figure out how you can actually approach it with different decks that you can build. So it's not like I put 5 goblins that I'm supposed to kill. It's more like I put a big ass sword into my deck and utilize it in combos like Hearthstone and Magic also does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, hold on 1 second. I'm getting a little bit of frame droppage. Let me make sure.
The cinematics can in this build be a little jiggy. But
No, it might just be my PC, since I'm casting and playing the game. I might just need to lower the game settings a bit.
Also, I think the game is still also in pretty early development, so I'm sure optimization hasn't fully rolled out either. So
no, it has.
Do I have the ability to lower any of the game settings at all?
Yeah, you should have. If you can, you press escape. Yeah, so in.
Might have to do it from the main menu, maybe.
Yeah, you probably have to do it from the main menu.
That might, like I said, that might just be my my PC has been giving me a little bit of guff lately, and when I'm streaming games.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the best way to get back to the main menu unless I just kill the game?
That is probably to kill the game.
All right, cool. I can do that.
Because now it's in tutorial mode.
Mm-hmm. Not a problem.
Yeah, just Alt of 4 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
I
booting it
actually
back
have
up and then
a more optimized version, but yeah, then of course we would have time to download that, so it's probably not a problem. Oh, that's
all right, settings.
So
I'm just gonna lower the settings a bit.
in chat, people are just trying to confirm that this is made by the devs who made Forced. Do you want to talk a tiny bit about that as well, since that's your reputation, right? So.
Yeah, it is indeed. It is kind of like the continuation there, but we wanted to make a way different game before we made like a Forced sequel. But we wanted to continue with that, so this is indeed like the same guys, yeah, the whole team.
So it's kind of like the game is in the same universe, but at a different like time frame or locations, kind of. 'Cause this is.
Yeah, I guess you could say kind of like with Marvel heroes and so on. There's like all these different interpretations of where is Superman in this phase of the cartoons and stuff like that. And it's kind of like the same where the first Force game was focused on a group of gladiators who were training at a gladiator school, if you may. And you didn't really know what would happen when they graduated. And this is kind of a continuation of that. Now they are more in the actual tournaments where it's no longer school, and part of the characters from the first game are here as well.
Oh, interesting. So they graduate from the kind of the gladiator training, and then they get thrown into this.
Yeah. So this is kind of more of the eternity loop that all the gladiators are focused on. And so, yeah. So if you really care about the story, then that's kind of the continuation of that, yeah.
Sorry, I promise I played this game before and it worked fine, but I guess I wasn't streaming when I played it. Okay, and it's giving me a little bit of frame droppage. That I'm trying to figure it out.
I could give you like
it seems to be better now that I
You could send them the build just in case if you have.
Yeah, you could download it in the background, I guess. I'll find the link to you. How does it work? Can I just or close this call and then reconnect, right?
There should be a text box right in the call that you can send things to.
Yeah, but I mean, I wanted to get back to my desktop computer and then leave this phone Skype call.
Oh, yeah. Just message me and I'll send you. Yeah, I'll send you back into the call.
Okay, be back in 1 sec.
One of the joys of early access to games is they don't necessarily go quite as efficiently as you'd hope. It's also, people underestimate how much energy your computer has to put out in order to stream.
To stream and it's quite a bit.
Yeah, I have a decent computer because it's my development machine, and I hear all of the fans and everything just go like roar as soon as I open OBS, like press that preview or streaming key.
Yeah, same here. My computer. I mean, I got an i7. It's a pretty good computer, but then I run most games and close to their max settings when I'm offline. But as soon as I start streaming,
right,
it will have none of that.
Indeed. I'm really kind of interested in this game because at the same time as they're making this game, and it has like these kind of game show overtones.
Yeah, it's very similar to your game that I always forget the name of every single time.
Yeah, Upsilon Circuit.
Upsilon Circuit. There you go. Every single time I forget the name of your game. But yeah, no, it's very similar to that. With the announcer and this kind of this isometric arena mode.
Oh, are you back?
Yeah, I think I'm back.
Yes. Okay. We have the dev. It's all okay. There was actually quite a bit of conversation in chat asking about your accent. And I told them that the game is made by Danish Vikings. I hope that was okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
So we have this super awkward English accent, and are not that natively speaking, so we kind of have to live with that. I have a link for a slightly more optimized version you could download in the background if that would help. I'm not sure.
It might, yeah, sure.
So should I just drop it here, I guess? Like, can you see that link?
Yep, I see it.
Okay. We've made a worst case scenario ugly but fast setting, so that is definitely gonna work. But of course, the game will look really, really horrible. It's 1.6 gigabyte or something. I'm not sure how fast that would go.
I have pretty quick internet.
Okay.
So hopefully it will go quickly. And depends on Google.
Yeah.
But I was able to switch over to window capture instead of game capture. So we'll see if that addresses the issue. Sometimes it does for my computer. So let me see what I can get going. In the meantime.
I guess streaming is actually pretty evil on the on the PC.
It is. So yeah, this one does seem to be running smoother since I switched it to window capture. So let's see what happens once gameplay starts. But I'm downloading that other version.
Okay.
All right. So yes. So back to Force Showdown. So you're this character, and I never played Forced. Was that the other?
Yeah, that was the other game. So it was like co-op focused, where this is like the roguelike approach. Yes, you start in this little small tutorial where you can't do much, but you just have to learn how to move a character, and it's surprising how many people like are not so familiar with twin stick, especially when it's not a very focused shooter. So we are also intentionally like giving you a character that more visually shows the angles and so on with this beam he shoots. And then you sort of gradually get more skills and learn about cards and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you spend less than 5 minutes with it, there's probably stuff you need to pay attention to, but I'll just help you.
So I got a new ability. Overcharge, deals damage and knocks back all enemies around you.
Yeah, so it's like super powerful.
And so since this is an arena, you know, I'm trying to think of the best word I'm looking for. Kind of battle royale-esque. Each new iteration, I'm at a loss for words. Each new level, your health persists throughout. It doesn't seem you don't gain health with each new battle, correct?
So a battle consists of arenas, and right now you're going through arenas, and yeah, the health is not getting back to you there, but as soon as you're done with a battle and you pick a new battle, then your health is back.
Yeah. And I did, because I did play this a little bit the other day. It does seem like there are random drops that might be health that can help you out.
Yeah, there's a chance when you kill a mob that or an enemy that they drop health, but it's low chance.
Yeah.
So best is probably to take a few health cards for your deck. But to start with, it's just worrying about getting used to the controls and so on.
So Shadow Cloak, 10% chance to block.
Yeah.
Mana is used to play your cards. Unspent mana is not saved. Okay, so it's a good idea to use. There's no point in saving your mana.
No, it might as well be like mana curve efficient if you can, and it's also a big part of the deck building. Also because there will be lots of cards that manipulate mana that you can go macro about, and stuff you have to do in the arena, like to get more mana and so on. But yeah, it becomes way more complicated later on. And yeah, right now you're in kind of the intro rap world. And there's like a lot of different worlds that you go to, and everything is like has all these random things, but also a few structures on them, so it's not complete chaos.
So you know, I'm gaining new abilities. Does my primary attack ever change? This beam, or is that just like the normal attack, and then abilities are what change up?
Yeah, so you have every character has like a basic attack, which is you have this beam that charges up over time and so on. Then you have your overcharge, and you'll get 2 more skills. And the thing you use cards for is to manipulate these skills, get stats, or utilize consumables. So if you pay notice, or you can see it in there's like these vague circular slots in the lower left corner. These consumables, and that is like for when you feel that you can actually like tackle all your skills, you can start becoming more complicated and have more actions available at the same time.
Okay.
And like this is like we wanted to have a simple character that people start out with, so he also has like a passive ability instead of 3 actives. So that's that limits like how much stuff you have to take care of in the start, and the next character you, for instance, get has 3 actions, so there's like way more to pay attention to.
Okay, so yeah, this is the very simple starting guide to kind of get you used to the controls and mechanics, and then when you get into the more complex characters, okay.
Yeah, and then when you unlock new cards and so on, there are character-specific cards, and then the way we are sort of making this guy more relevant later on is giving him new cards and so on, where he becomes pretty like challenging to play if you want to utilize him in an efficient way. Yeah, but he's good at learning people the twin stick thing. That is a huge challenge.
Yeah.
It's surprising also when we made the first game Force how many people are not used to like dual stick controls, even console players. So we started to love people who played FIFA.
Oh. So these cameras in the arena, do they play any role, or are they just kind of reinforcing that you are in an arena and this is a game show kind of type situation?
Yeah, it's basically that.
Okay,
cool. The actual law.
So is there going to be any type of story or kind of plot to the game, or is it just the oops, the game?
The interesting thing there is that we wanted to make like a continuation thing, and we have like already planned tons of updates for the game. We're doing like this attempt, I guess, to see if we can actually like make a more long-lasting roguelike community about this game, where we continuously update it over time. And that is also why we needed like a system for it that would be interesting to make updates to all the time, which is, for instance, cards, which are pretty flexible in that term, because you don't permanently like increase your stats and so on. It's more, if we make a new update with 50 new cards, then that's just interesting to combine with the older stuff and so on. So lore-wise, there's this Caesar guy who's this into a middle level where he has a Twitter profile and talks about how he's updating the game, and that's the main like story thing. There's a true ending sort of to the game and so on, so there's things you can explore in it, but it's not. It's more like a character interactions that has story.
All right, so I'm on the boss, and I think when I played this offline, he was the I actually ended up dying to him. He's definitely not easy.
It's just good to remember your E button where you become
invincible. Yeah.
And like the passive ability you have is, I guess, slightly hardcore to really use. It's like if you get hit, which you can do with your invulnerability, you become.
Oh, so it might be a good idea to become invulnerable and then get hit.
Yeah.
To
so that's
then
like
attack. Yeah.
That's the trick.
I'm doing much better right now than I was when I played this the other day. I got a little more understanding of how the game works.
I think it will happen next time. It's just about like learning his patterns. That's one is probably the most tricky one, where he does the chain and he leaves like the surprising rocket thing.
Yeah.
And you're halfway there. But yeah, if you start shooting the minigun, you can just press E in front of him and you get double attack basically.
Well, I was able to defeat him, so.
Oh yeah, I forget the stream
delay,
is a bit delayed, so I'm just looking at the middle of the fight. Yeah, it is this like this balance with roguelikes where you don't want to make them insanely hard, especially when there's a tutorial, but still it has to sort of show that this is not a game that just like is super easy to poke around with.
Helping him through his many trials, a companion of great renown. Give a warm welcome to Showdown.
But yeah, now that I'm at a cutscene, I'm getting some frame droppage. Most likely, again, due to my PC not being able to handle the game and streaming, because when I play this offline, it was perfectly smooth.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's probably also super important for us that streamers should be able to play it smooth.
No, I mean, it's also... I've been needing to upgrade my computer for at least a year now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so there's like two tutorial battles, and you completed the first one, and now you are going to the second one, where it's more actually like a normal battle, where you have your mulligan and you can choose your cards. And
Yeah, so that's where I'm at now. And
Okay.
so I choose. It says choose your cards you wish to redraw.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I get a card I don't like, I can
Yeah.
get a different one. Okay, I see. So health.
So it's like reshuffle it into your deck, and then you can take it on later. It's typically good if you have a lot of high mana cards in the start. So.
So I mean, I don't know which one is the best to redraw at this point. Oh, so I gotta wait, gain a random upgrade card. It costs 2 less mana. Okay, that's the new one I got. So now I have a companion. So what exactly does the companion do? Does the companion just go around attacking enemies?
Yeah, so the companion is just to like make the combat more interesting in a way. We found out that by adding allies, you wouldn't constantly just have everybody aggroed at your character.
Yeah,
And
they might focus on them
made
a
it-
little bit.
Yeah, and then some players utilize him with different builds and so on. Otherwise, I mean, other players just leave him doing his damage or whatever. But usually, it's good to like keep him alive. He has decent damage and so on. And there's also like there's 3 companions in the game right now that you have to unlock over time, and they are very different. One of them, for instance, can hit you. It's like this big dinosaur that you have to get out of the way when he starts charging and so on. So it varies to the playstyle.
Sorry, I had to nip away for a minute. I missed part of it. I cannot wait for this game. I know I'm just like jumping in randomly. I hope I'm not interrupting.
No.
Not at all.
But I really love the implementation of having this kind of deck building type element inside of this game that has all this action, this like action based kind of roguelike type stuff in it.
Yeah, so from a design perspective, it's been super interesting to work with. We wanted to make like a roguelike, but the biggest consequence it's been with cards is that it's harder to make it like exploration based. We had to make them like the games more of matches because we had to like follow mana curves and so on. So we couldn't just branch out into crazy adventures. So, but I think the way it's come down is pretty cool, which you will see after this battle, where like how the campaign structure is.
Okay.
But yeah, it was more challenging than we expected when we started out on
really?
combining these genres.
Well, that's kind of one of the fun things about combining genres is you discover that they've kind of like you can merge them in different ways, and that you have to distort them to make them kind of fit together and create something new.
Yeah. And there's like you have these inspiration sources where stuff work, and then you just realize, shit, we can't use any of this in these particular examples and so on, and then you have to figure out how to. But that's also, of course, also where it's super interesting to work with it.
Yeah. Are there any kind of things that you've implemented and had to pull out, or things that you didn't think would do well and really have?
Yeah, there's like tons of content we had to scrap, especially to sort of make it more coherent and so on. I think we'll revisit a lot of what we've done, but for instance, we wanted to do some more like special levels once in a while, where let's say you had to flee from a big boulder, which we had a cool level with in Force 1, and that's a little harder to do here because we had to stop it all the time. So we just chose to have the prototype we made of that, leave that be until we have more time to focus on it and get it in an update in the future. So we've made it like also, yeah, you will see that in later builds of the game, or those we have now are that the whole main menu is much more focused on that it's a game that's going to be updated in the future. So it's kind of like this launch that we're doing will be a bit similar to an early access project, you know, where people expect a lot of updates, and it's kind of the same we want to do it, just with an initially polished game, if that makes sense.
I see. So maybe not 100% feature complete, but the features that you are launching with it are all solid and well done?
Yeah, precisely. So the last 2 months has basically just been QA and make sure bugs are getting rid of and so on. Like since this version we're playing now and the one we have now, it's already 800 fixes or so in our tracking system. So there's a lot of bugs that has to be fixed for it to be super smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is a lot of. Woo! Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. We've been so super fortunate that we have 2 interns right now from Belgium, and they are just super talented at testing and giving feedback and so on. So they're making this QA process so much better than the original game.
Oh, that's fascinating that you have like interns are generally, you know, they're just learning and they don't necessarily bring much to the table, but that you've gotten 2 that are that talented. That is, congratulations. I'm envious.
Yeah, that is really great. I think it's maybe they played some Forest and so on, and had knowledge of this type of game.
Yeah, they know what's going on a little bit better. Yeah,
and definitely wanted to work on this. So I guess they were a little surprised how different it was, but fortunately they love it as well.
That's great. So how many people then do you have working on it right now, including the interns?
Then we are probably 16 actually. Yeah, so we're like 12 full-time employees, and then 4 interns, 2 designers, and 2 artists.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. How does that team size compare to what you used for the original game you had, Forest?
It's basically the same, except there are less fluctuation. Actually, like 30 people contributed to Forest, and it was like this. We had just this big house and invited people to come in and basically just work for free when they wanted, and then we would provide a bed and some food and so on, and people could just come, and it was kind of like an ongoing game jam. And if people wanted to like make an asset or something for their portfolio, they wanted to be part of it to build a portfolio where their assets would be in a game that actually got released, and in that way it became a popular concept where a lot of people contributed over 3 years. And then of course the people who contributed the most got quite an okay bonus from the surprisingly good launch we had.
That's lovely. Yeah, you guys had a very good launch. You put forth a very beautiful game, and I think everybody responded really well to it from what I understand.
Yeah, that was definitely better than we had hoped for.
So you just said that you kind of had like an indie house, so to speak, of like developers kind of staying in a place and you'd feed them. Have you kind of brought that into this next game, or is the production of it a little bit more standard?
It's I guess a little more standard. It's still like the same people, but we're just not sleeping at the office anymore. Like the last couple of devs moved out 1.5 years ago, I think. Also because it's slightly illegal to sleep at the office in Denmark, apparently.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, so where I'm at in the stream, you just basically completed the tutorial, and now a campaign, if you will, starts, and you will never be able to play the tutorial again in the game.
Okay. So do you think it might be beneficial for me, the download of the new build completed a while ago? Would it be possible to spin that up and access this file, or would I have to do the tutorial again?
With some cheat codes, you could do it.
Well, it's like, it might be a little bit smoother, I guess, if I were to do that.
Yeah, we could try it, I guess. I mean, if it doesn't work, you can just come back to this build again and start from where you left.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So let me spin this up real quick.
Jabberbob in chat is asking if all the devs live together in a house.
Yeah, so we have been living together for quite a while actually, but no more now. We lived together for almost 2 years, so I think that was enough. So now we're just living close to the office. Everybody, basically Forced became a success, and finally we could afford to not live at the office, and everybody just found apartments close to the office we had. So it's like small devs planting themselves like grassroots to the office.
That is a wonderful success, actually. A lot of people don't realize this, but when you were making Forced, you were all making personal sacrifices. Like if you get a job at Starbucks, they don't expect you to live at Starbucks for 2 years. That's a lack of privacy and all kinds of things that most adults get to have.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you guys are really not only did you make enough money to keep making games, you get to do it as if you're real human beings. So
Yeah.
that's really wonderful.
I mean, it's not a super salary at all, but it's just so fun to finally not worry that much about all the stuff, economy and so on, and then be able to make games. So I think we think about it as the longer we can continue making games, the better our chances to be better at it and so on. It's just a matter of time.
Hey, Steffen, quick question. Do you know is there a save file I can copy over to this to the new folder? Do you know if that's possible or?
I don't think so, but I have the cheat codes we can just use.
Okay, sure. Let me do that then. Let me boot up the game.
Do you have that streamer thing where you can put down a thing so the whole chat doesn't see the code, or is that a little complex?
I mean, you can do it in Skype, I guess.
Yeah,
that
right now
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But you would have to type them in so everybody could see it.
Right now he has a
Oh, I see what you're saying.
front
Oh,
drop.
I could just literally hide the video when I'm
Okay, yeah. So I think you have to use this code first, and then do it actually
Welcome
come?
to Forced.
Chat?
Yeah, it's making me go
I
through
am the
the
computer
tutorial again.
simulated irregular.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but you can just complete that match with these codes I'm giving you now.
Oh, so do it in the match.
Yeah. Can you see my 2 codes in Skype? For me, it doesn't seem to pop up.
No,
Skype
I'm not
here?
seeing it.
Okay. Just gonna do it from my phone then. Can you see the K I'm sending you here?
Yep, saw that.
Okay. So first you have to type this.
So just while I'm in the arena mode, I can just type that in.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
cool.
should work. I hope. Now I know why it's not working. It's because I'm doing. Wait, so what's it called? Like a angular stripe.
Oh
with,
yeah.
Slash, yeah.
The
Slash.
I guess I assume a forward slash.
Yeah, forward slash and then this.
Okay, cool. I can
And
do
then
that.
you have to write a forward slash again and
Welcome to
do
Forced
this.
Showdown. I am the computer simulator.
And then I'm hoping that works. And if it doesn't work, I have another code. Is it working?
1 second.
Well, while he's doing that, we have one ridiculous question in chat, which is actually a question that I like asking people because it's just ridiculous, which is, do you wear pants while you work?
I mean, there's a lot of photos actually where we don't. It is typically when it's warm, then we just sit in our trousers because we don't have proper heating things or cooling, I guess. So yeah, then usually we have trousers, but sometimes we don't.
Yeah, I guess for a lot of people being like, oh no, we work from an office, we can't have no pants on, but when you worked and lived together for quite a while, I guess those kind of social awkwardnesses and boundaries kind of break down a little bit, and you get more comfortable with each other, kind of like a family.
Yeah. That is actually kind of like it is. I'm multitasking here, which is why my brain is in overdrive because I'm trying to find these stupid cheat codes. And for some reason my web is just so good. But I think I have it now.
Welcome to Forced Showdown.
Okay, so this will be the last attempt. I think we might have disabled cheats overall in this build, but let's try this again. So I'm gonna write this. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that is pretty simple. / and then basically this. And then I think you should do that in the main, like before you went into the tutorial. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, let me do that then.
And if you're opening the game, do you have to quit it again, or can you just go to the menu?
Yeah, it made me quit the game. It's fine. It only takes a second to boot it up.
Then you have to write like the first thing again.
Okay.
This one.
We'll get it.
Yeah, but this is actually like a demo build that's going out at a point, and I would assume they actually disable cheats in that.
Is the reason that you're kind of trying to make sure that there are no cheats enabled so that there's competitive like scores or something like that in the game?
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, that's part of the reason, and also because some of the demo stuff we're sending out has more of the game in it, which is in a weird state, but it's theoretically playable. But we don't want to have people like getting access to that before it's supposed to be shown.
I see.
So,
that makes a lot of sense.
just to make it a little harder for the hackers.
Do I go to quests?
Did it work or?
It changed something, and now I can play fortune quest cards.
Okay, then try to press play.
Just play? Okay. And then it says the Crucible. Is that the...
Okay, then I think the tutorial is not there anymore.
Okay, yep,
Just
that worked
click.
perfectly.
Okay.
Yay! Awesome. I was just mostly asking about the cheat codes because a couple of different devs have expressed different feelings about like those old games, like the original couple of Sims and like Age of Empires and things, where you could pretty much break the game however you wanted, and how that hasn't really stuck around in modern games. There's not a lot of that.
No, I think it's super suitable to a lot of types of games, and it's a fun way to quick mod it, I guess, and hack it and so on, and play however you want to be. But yeah, as you also sort of mentioned, we have like a huge competitive mode in the game as well, and wanted to avoid that there. There's like this season tab you get access to once you've completed a campaign, like the first campaign, and then you can start to play asynchronous PvP with other players in a lot of different daily challenges that are being spawned. And it's not so fun if people cheat there. Okay, yeah, I see it worked, so that's good.
Alright, so I have some battle rules, supplies, chaotic illumination, artifact, channeling pain.
Yeah, and this is basically the exploration of the game where you see it the first time, and then it's like, what the heck is that? What is chaotic illumination? You have no idea, but once you've seen it once, you sort of learn
You
it,
understand
and
how it works, and
Yeah.
okay.
It's described in the versus screen with the.
Yep.
And then some of them are like very positive, but then there's just more enemies, and it's overall harder. So it's balanced in that way. So it's about like utilizing. Once you learn what the different rules are for each thing, it's about utilizing that for your particular deck.
Wicket and Cub in chat is asking how many different playable characters there are.
There's 4 right now, with 1 that is coming as well, but not on launch. And then there's 3 companions. And a huge amount of cards that can be used to customize them.
Do you know how many cards? Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, I think it's more than 150 at least. And then you can have double of those. So yeah, in theory, there's 300 customization possibilities.
So how does so I was kind of asking earlier, and I can't remember if you answered my question. I might have just forgotten. But how do so there's 4 different characters, and were you saying that they their attacks and their style, are those different from this guy I'm playing? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, extremely different. Like
Okay.
the next guy you get is a melee character who has an AoE attack and a charge up hammer, and that's very different. And he has 3 activatable skills, so he requires a little more niftiness. But he's actually
Your favorite?
But it also depends on how you build them with the decks.
Mm-hmm. So how much control do you have over what is in your deck? Can you, is it just the more cards you get, they just get added, or can you go in there and kind of modify what you bring into battles?
Yeah, that's basically have you played Hearthstone?
I actually have not.
Oh no, did we lose you, Stephen? Are you still there? Uh-oh. The call dropped a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah. I didn't know you had never played Hearthstone.
Yeah, it's one of those games where all of my friends play it, and they all tell me to play it, and it's one of the... And my problem is, roguelikes, I get... In card-based games, I get very addicted to them. And I know if I start playing it, it's gonna be bad.
Yes. It's sad sometimes when you have to not play a game because you know you like it so much.
Exactly.
I've had to do that before.
Like, games like Rogue Legacy and Binding of Isaac and stuff like that. Like even like Crypt of the Necrodancer, when that first came out. I think I played it for 140 hours when it was in beta. And it's just, I know it's just, I'm just gonna like them too much.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
He's
I'm
back.
back. Yeah.
We lost you just...
Completely shitty internet we have because we're like, I'm streaming from home, or not streaming, but connecting from home, and people are we are getting new internet, so it's a little stable these days.
Oh.
I mean, unstable. Yeah.
Well, we lost you just as Nolan confessed that he hadn't played Hearthstone.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess you were trying to describe how the deck building works.
That's true, yeah. So it's like you basically make a deck out of 30 cards, and you have total control.
Okay, of what you bring into battle, you can control which cards you bring. Okay.
Yeah, so you could change what you have now completely and find some other stuff, but you were starting with around 20, 30 cards or so, and you can have 2 of each. Customization to start with is a little limited, but like whenever you are done with a fight or a campaign, so to say, you will be rewarded equal to your how well you did, and that way you unlock new cards and so on.
Okay.
And can try again. And then like the first campaign is a bit of a training thing. It is still pretty hard, but in the next campaign it is way more complex, especially because like the bosses that are represented in the upper right corner starts to utilize cards against
really?
you as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then there are more rules and so on for each battle and so on, so then it becomes really roguelike-ish. We just had a big lane at the office where we all tried to get through it, and it's a problem.
Well, man, I'm not doing too well going into this this boss battle. I don't have a whole lot of help. Maybe I'll draw some cards that help me out.
Maybe, yeah.
Plus 100 health, nice, or heal 100.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's with oh man, so I can't get all of these cards. I only have 6 mana, and I have 7 cards worth. So I really need to. Healing
Fairy
you
bottle
for
is
each
a little
enemy
bit-
hit. So this fairy bottle might be good because that'll give me some more health.
Yeah, but it's a hard play because you have to stay close to the enemies
Yeah.
to get the healing. But it's probably the best play here.
Mm-hmm.
Fizzing Light won't be effective against the boss.
Yeah, there's only so yeah. I was looking deal 100 damage to one random enemy, replenish at area end. So yeah, bomb drone might be good.
If you clear up the arena, it's like guaranteed 100 damage against the boss, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I haven't paid attention, but are you aware of how you utilize these consumables?
No, it looks like 1 for this one, 2 like 1 for this chaotic illumination, and I assume number 2 for Duobot. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I had been using them so far.
So when the battle starts,
yeah, and it's also I haven't even been using my invincibility, and that's mainly just because I haven't been paying attention.
yeah, it is kind of what we also realized is it's a demanding game where it's hard to both like talk and entertain while playing and utilizing your brain. Is it? I don't even remember. Is it running smoother now, or?
Yeah, it's definitely running smoother than it was earlier.
And did you lower the settings, or?
I haven't changed them since I started it back up.
I guess they've done a good job at optimization then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, press E when he's shooting the rocket. That's
Yeah,
probably
I should have earlier. I definitely didn't get a good use out of those fairies.
Oh shit! The lasers are hardcore.
I think I can manage this. I think I got it. Oh, and then I just take a bunch of damage.
This is gonna be so close.
Yeah.
But it's not so horrible if you die. Then you can see a lot of new stuff.
Oh, got him with 11 health left.
You did? It's so exciting to watch right now.
Oh, the panic in my face as I'm like, like you know, it's almost like a like a Souls game or something where you have so little health, and do I go for this final attack to try and kill him, or do I try and retreat and dodge attacks? It's kind of you really have to be in the moment and kind of make decisions on the fly to make sure you can get through. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think it's actually also what I really like about roguelikes is that you get a lot more moments where you are low on health, and it's just typically it's much more interesting to play when you're challenged in that way.
Mm-hmm. So I got a new boon. Attack speed up, fluffy meat shield, Slayer, and rabbit pelt. Attack speed, companion. I might do Slayer. 25% damage to summoned enemies. Is summoned enemies something that an enemy summons, or is it just the moblings? Is that?
It can be anything. But it's really easy to see them. It's the ones with yellow health bars.
Okay.
So those are actually not. You don't even need to kill them before the arena is completed, and they are getting auto slain. But if you're getting swarmed by them,
I see. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just do attack speed.
Yeah, that's a good solid one.
Yeah.
So just to pipe up, because time goes by so quickly.
Yes, it does.
We have about 10 minutes left, Steffen. So if there's anything you want to make Nolan do,
Sounds good.
this is a good time to if there's something cool to show off or anything.
I think I'd like you to concede so you can show you some of the main menu. And then the deck building and so on.
And we have a question in chat. Wicked and Cub is asking if boons persist forever or if they're limited.
They persist forever in the campaign. So a campaign is it's a set amount of battles, for instance, 6 battles, and a boon persists in those 6 battles.
Okay.
So the whole game is like delved into, and a campaign consists of battles, and battles consists of arenas.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit to learn there. So now I'm a little behind, but
yeah,
now
I'm at the Wheel of Fortune right now.
So that's like one of the primary ways to get cards. And it's
Okay, so
very-
I currently have 500 money. I don't know what the currency is called.
yeah, gold. But
Gold. Okay, so I can spend 100 and I get a random card.
yeah,
I got a green, and it is Mind Bin. Draw 2 cards. That's pretty good.
yeah, it's a decent card. And then like there's rarities as well, so it's of course harder to get a rare and harder to get a supreme. And then we put in some crazy lottery things that there's only like 1 out of 1,000 to get and so on, which is like for instance 3 supremes and so on. And I think we've only had 1 guy at the office ever having it, but it's like you scream when that happens.
Okay.
Oh, you got a supreme, actually.
Yeah, as I was about to say, I think this seems like one. It's 8 mana, and it's a fiery conjurer. Seems
Yeah,
like it's a pretty
so-
good card.
That's actually for the character that you've also just unlocked. So
Oh, okay, cool.
that is decent, yeah. So that is
So
also
yeah,
one of the things.
ooh, is this a 3-pack of Supremes?
Did you get that?
I maybe. It's 3 cards and they're purple.
Shit, that's what I'm just was talking about. It's only like 1 out of 1,000 chance to get that.
Well, there you go.
That's only happened
Wow.
once. in the office.
Drop kick of
Shit.
persuasion. Kill 20% chance to
Beginner's
resurrect an
luck.
enemy. Evolving Reaper. Overkill. Damage for 20 seconds. Duration refreshes. And rip them apart. Add 1 frenzy after strafe for each enemy hit. Wow. Okay. So yeah. So what did you want me to do?
If you press
Good. So go to
cards,
cards. Okay. Good. Yeah.
and then you can just get an idea of how you want
Oh, the deck building. Okay.
and so on.
So these are
then
your
you-
cards. Create decks.
Yeah, so you kind of pick a character you want to build a deck for, and you choose 30 cards and save it, and then you
Okay.
can
So I have the
use-
Squire of Light or the Volcode default.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that the new one I just unlocked?
Sorry, come again?
The Volcode default, is that the character I just unlocked?
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's one of the things that we have to improve a little. It's you are a little, of course, baffled on how did you suddenly get that character.
Yeah.
We have to fix that before launch.
So yeah, so like you said, I can have 30 cards.
Yeah.
You know, a mana boost would probably be a good one. I mean, to have.
Yeah.
Where,
It's a decent-
where do I see how many of each card I have?
If you hover over a deck I didn't care to name,
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
did it show it? Yeah, I guess
Mhm.
it did.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so you can just come in here and, you know, Mind Bin was one of the ones I just unlocked. That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Health upgrades are good. So resurrect the enemy as an ally. That's pretty good.
So
Great.
the crazy
Mm-hmm.
thing is here that, for instance, Hearthstone, the Blizzard is ensuring a little bit more that you get cards to start with that are like you level up your character, you get cards that they sort of know you or will be perfect from the start of the game. Where we could have also done that a little bit, but we're making a little bit basically random what you will get from the fortune wheel. So when you play the game and another player plays the game, you might have very different cards a big part of the time. Which is a little random, but probably also.
So can you only have 2 of each card in your deck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we ensure it's varied and we don't get what you need all the time. But yeah, the more you get into the game, the more you can sort of construct decks that are really like smart in the way they draw cards and stuff like that. But it's still, you have to also utilize the boons and the like battle rules for each battle and so on.
Are you allowed to have less than 30 cards, or do you have to have 30?
You have to have the
Okay, I was just curious.
yeah.
I think it's one of those math things where like if you have too small of a deck or too big of a deck, it drastically changes your odds of various things.
Yeah, then you would just be able to like, I want these 6 cards and ensure I always have them.
Yeah.
So that's a must-have. And to start with, you can also just change the default deck if you don't want to build one from the start. But yeah, if you're sort of familiar with card games, that might not be so disappointing.
Cool. So I have Okay, so I have my new deck, and I have the original one as well. Okay.
Yeah, you can have like 5 slots so for different things, and especially in season play when there's like new unique things every day, you want to sometimes build a specific deck and so on for the daily challenge and so on.
Mana Puff. That's I just did a couple new Wheel of Fortunes. I got some new cards.
Mana
Well,
Puff
yeah,
is fun.
yeah. Mana Puff. That one's pretty good. I might take out one of these and put in one of those. Yeah. So, was there anything else? I know we're running out of time.
No, there's like there's the quests as well, which is like just progress and exploration and so on, kind of inspired by other roguelikes, but systemized a little so you can see what you can do, and then I think that's it. Yeah, for now.
And I once again, playing games and talking. I might have forgot. Was there a release date set on the game?
Yeah, it's actually 29th of March.
29th of March. Okay, so almost just shy of a month.
Yeah, and then I'd like to promote that we are doing like if you go to our Forced, I can link that in the chat, Showdown.com, you can see there's like a countdown, because we're doing a pretty interesting way that we're launching the game, and we'll reveal that there, and there will also be some like community events that you can participate in, and probably also get early access to it during that week.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it will be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I enjoy what I play. Like I said, I like deck builders. I like roguelike, so I'm excited to play more of it.
Yeah, if you do and you have some feedback, I would be I would really appreciate it. So
yeah,
we're constantly tweaking it and want it to be the best. So thanks for showing it off.
Yeah,
I'm really glad that we could have it on, and that Forced was such a success that you could get to make a follow-up game to it.
Yeah, and you too. It's just super nice when you get that opportunity to actually like capitalize on the knowledge you have from the previous stuff you learned. And thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You do wonderful things, and I am super glad that we could show some people. All right, I guess that kind of brings this section to an end. Everybody, if you are interested in this game, you should definitely check out ForcedShowdown.com. But there is also its predecessor, which is just Forced, which you can find on Steam, or do you have a just Forced game website?
Yeah, Forced the game, yeah.
Forced game? Yeah, okay, good. So yes, you can stalk them all over the place.
Woohoo!
And yeah, thanks so much for being on the show and for giving Nolan a build of the game that gave him super rare drops.
Yep.
Good job.
That was pretty random, yeah.
Yeah.